It has to be embarrassing being a cosplaying, grifting, anti-black, racist Uncle Ruckus like Andrew, aka Myron.
You're grifting.
Because I don't have to be.
Because you're grifting.
See, here's the thing.
You're grifting.
He built his whole reputation off attacking black people, regurgitating anti-black stereotypes, and constantly pandering to audiences that don't like him, will never accept him, and disrespect him to his face.
Bro, you don't know you. Hold on.
Yeah.
Black men are most likely to fuck out of black men. You're black.
Like this UCLA debate where he got called out by the same exact people that he spent years defending, making excuses for, and trying to be accepted by.
Black dudes, they don't like doing that shit. White guys, we're all like, yeah, well, I said we.
It's like it just does not register in his brain, no matter how much anti-black rhetoric he spews, or distancing himself from people with the same skin color as him, to the same white supremacists that he tap dances for, he will always be.
Hey, you fucking sand.
And it's just hilarious to see him constantly get reminded.
We don't need you talking to white women, trying to, interact with them at all.
And that's the problem.
Right off
That's
the
the problem. I don't need to be white to give a. See, here's the thing. You're behaving like a black person now. You're chimping out.
He's the one to talk about chipping out. This was him when he got called names by his own audience.
You're getting mad at some dude calling someone else a name on the internet. Like, think about that. Talking about haram this, haram that. You're a kafir that. Murtad, all these other bitch ass shit that if they had told me this shit in person, I'll fucking punch them. Call me murtad to my face, I'll fucking knock you out. Extremely disrespectful shit that they would never fucking say to me in person. Ever. Because they know that it would be a warrant to knock them out right then and there. If you get that offended over words,
you're literally behaving like a white person.
Losing, Myron.
You are behaving like a black
you
person.
Are losing.
So here's the difference. See, here's the funny part.
Not your women, Myron.
When I criticize black people, they'll sit there and say stupid shit like you're saying. You're not black, so you can't criticize us.
They're
You're
right.
doing the same
They're
shit.
Correct. Go talk about Sudan and Sudanese people. Go talk about your own people, your own community, their troubles, what they need to do to improve, how they got to where they are, how they can get to where they need to be in the future. Get off black people's dick. You're not black. You're not from the black community. Never have been. Never been around us for real. So why are you obsessed over us? 100% facts.
They're right. The same chip out shit right now.
You're grifting.
Because I don't have to be.
Because you're grifting.
I don't. See, here's the thing.
You're grifting.
Hey, Baldy, age of 47, relax.
Yeah, no.
He's so corny. Age of 47, that's all you got? Myron is so whitewashed and corny. It's crazy.
I don't think so.
Age of 47, relax.
No.
Here's the thing. I don't have to be white to be able to identify white problems as to why you guys have the problems that you guys have. Clearly, you don't have the platform or the ability to tell these women to get back in the fucking kitchen. So guess what? Now I got to do it for you because you don't have the platform to do it. So the reality is that, look, man, you can do what you want to do. You can say what you want to say. You can be a white nationalist. Cool. I actually fight and defend for your ability to do so. But if we're going to have this discussion about white replacement, etc., well, who controls and who are the gatekeepers to sex? It is the woman. So stop complaining. Stop crying, because you sound like a fucking black right now. Let's be honest. You have a victim mindset. Stop being a pussy. Get out there. Tell your women. Stop being whores. Stop subscribing to feminism. Start creating families. Start going in the church. And start getting some white babies.
Can I respond?
Sure.
Okay, so look, to some degree, I actually do agree with you. But here's the thing. The problem here is that, yeah, we white people, we got to figure out what the roles are going to be for white men, white women. The problem is, I've talked to a lot of white folks, we don't want your Muslim, get the women back in the kitchen, put a garbage bag on their head. We don't want that. So when you're promoting that stuff, that's never going to work for us. Do you understand that?
Promoting Islam?
He doesn't understand that because he's not from their community, trying to tell their community what they need to do to better themselves. Just like he's not from the black community or any other community that he's critiquing and judging. But he doesn't have anything to say to his own people, which is the hypocrisy of Myron. Leave us alone, leave everybody else alone that you have no connection to and no lived experience to even criticize.
Yeah, you're Islamic. We don't want your Islamic values.
Actually, if you watch my podcast, I don't really talk about religion ever.
Your literally view of women is basically Islamic, correct? That you hate them?
No. Actually, I would argue that. What are you, Christian?
No, I'm an atheist.
That explains everything. Yeah, this guy just hates everybody, including God.
Myron hates women. That is documented at this point. He wants men to live with men, to be brought up all the time. Matter of fact, this is the same dude that hugs and kisses and loves being hugged and fondled by white men. We all know what Myron is at this point. According to Myron, everything is gay.
Watching professional sports is one of the gayest things ever.
Which is a funny take for a dude that does a lot of gay shit.
Yeah, they keep saying I'm gay.
I mean, this man loves being hugged up with and kissed by white dudes.
Gay?
Never having sex with a woman that he's in a relationship with.
Has the accusation of being fruity. And the question is, did you ever sleep with Angie at least once?
And we never have sexual relationships, guys. Like, you should stop with this.
Refusing to ever live with the woman that he's in a relationship with because living with a woman makes you weak somehow.
I don't live with my girl. I don't think, I think it's a bad idea to live with women. I think it makes you weak and soft.
Or just generally thinking pleasing a woman is weak or women are gross.
Female vaginas are disgusting.
I don't want to sound like an asshole, man, but I don't do shit for the express pleasure of women, man. It's a waste of time. It's way more important to protect her than to please her. Who gives a fuck about a woman's orgasm? It's useless.
No. Wait a minute. You said who gives a... Have a woman ever had an orgasm with you when you was having sex?
Yeah.
Do you know how that feels for you?
Oh, I'm here, Myron. Also, just for the record.
God is black. I don't worship him. No, Jesus wasn't there. Ah!
Myron, one more thing. I gotta tell you.
So yeah, like
1 second. Let me just say one more thing.
My thing is because you're coming in from a position where you don't know. I don't promote Islam. I'm actually very like I respect religion. I understand religion, but I kind of find it funny because Islam, Christianity, the Abrahamic religions in general kind of solve this problem. So maybe you might want to find God.
Yeah, I hate them all. No.
Okay, that's the problem. You might want to find God, and that would help you.
But Myron is so subservient to white supremacy that he thinks America is a white-only white Christian country, and it should go back to that, which is the funniest debate ever that he had with Sneeko, where Sneeko watched him on this topic.
It's your mentality approaching thinking that we're guests here.
Yeah, I think we're guests here. That is.
Dude, Myron, we were born here.
No. The Islamic faith and the religion of Islam, you are a guest as a Muslim in the United States.
I'm not a guest in my home.
Bro, we are guests here. Yes, but our religion, our religion.
So now your faith makes you a guest.
Yes, if you're gonna open, yes, to a degree, yes.
To a degree, or
because obviously everything is like nuanced, like nothing is absolute. But like the point I'm trying to make is that the Islamic faith, as this is not a Muslim country. So therefore,
so what about Catholics? Are Catholics guests? Because it was founded by Protestants?
And then Sneeko ended up getting watched by DJ Academics of all people. So did Myron.
People have been exterminated. That's caused other people to realize, hey, we got to make sure it never gets to this again because we know what happened last time. This whole let's kumbaya, let's forget. What are you talking about, Sneeko? But the point is this. If you picked any group of people that have any self-pride and you pick on them and you target them with racial epithets, if you target them with slurs and you try to offend and oppress them, especially using language, at some point, they're going to slap you in your face, punch in your mouth, or put a bullet in your forehead.
No, listen, your view of women is basically Islamic. You hate them. You want them to wear a garbage
No, it's
bag.
based on all the Abrahamic religions.
religions.
Devout Christians, devout Jews, and devout Muslims would agree with me that women need to be subservient to men.
It's just hilarious that white supremacists keep telling Myron that they don't want him in their country.
Myron, you were in MySpace the other day, and I said, you're doing a great job calling it these, but if we take this country back, we want it for white folks. And would you go home? And you said, I was born here and I'm not going anywhere. And this is where I think the problem is with working with non-whites is that once you think you help us, that you're just going to stay in our country. Do you still stand with that answer?
Bro, look, man, I know you're trying to get a clippable moment here for your...
No, it's the truth, man. This is the issue with whites working with non-whites.
We're over here talking about a problem, then you bring it right back into, this whole white thing. Like, dude, shut the fuck up.
This whole white thing is what built this country, Myron.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
Hey, you fucking sanders.
Yes, sir. Listen, let's just stick with the Americans for now.
And then we got this the naturalization act here. Like, bro, or you're with the standard guy. Yo, you're British, right?
Bro, you don't know you. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hey, Myron, you're in a hostile
And I'm not
area.
here to have a conversation with you guys because I'm not a
Okay, well,
They're gonna have to either kick
you're not
me
gonna
out
have a
or whatever.
You're not gonna have a conversation with him. That's what I'm trying to
Okay,
say.
well, this dude's so whatever. British guy, like, dude, I know you're mad about
Like, men, black men are like most likely to fuck out of black men. You're black.
He's not British. He's not British.
Kick this.
So even if he is 100% successful with his mission, which is to make this a white Christian nationalist country, Myron will not be welcome here. I don't understand why he doesn't get that.
Bro, Nick supports us. Obviously, he wants to protect his race and stuff like that. But he can go ahead and have his goals and we have ours. At the end of the day, we have a very similar goal.
We could talk about it on a podcast, but at the end of the day, like white supremacist Christians, they don't want they wouldn't even let us be in office. They don't want Muslims.
Who cares about them? Who cares about
So
them?
then how are we gonna do it? Okay, what's bigger than a podcast is getting things signed and getting people in office and getting people in power. They don't want us in power.
Myron is begging white supremacists for acceptance. Facts. Myron gets checked by white supremacists who tells him that he's not white and needs to stop speaking on white people because they don't need him trying to impress them at all. He also tells Myron the black Americans are right about him grifting. The grift is up. It's been up. We know exactly who Myron is, which is why he had to switch content from his He-Man woman hater content because he kept getting called out for being gay.
Yeah, they keep saying I'm gay.
I mean, this man loves being hugged up with and kissed by white dudes. Never having sex with a woman that he's in a relationship with.
Has the accusation of being fruity. And the question is, did you ever sleep with Angie at least once?
And we never have sexual relationships, guys. Like, you should stop with this.
Refusing to ever live with the woman that he's in a relationship with because living with a woman makes you weak somehow.
I don't live with my girl. I don't think, I think it's a bad idea to live with women. I think it makes you weak and soft.
Or just generally thinking pleasing a woman is weak or women are gross.
Female vaginas are disgusting.
I don't want to sound like an asshole, man, but I don't do shit for the express pleasure of women, man. It's a waste of time.
It's way more important to protect her than to please her. Who gives a fuck about a woman's orgasm? It's useless.
No. Wait a minute. You said who gives a... Have a woman ever had an orgasm with you when you was having sex? Do you know how that feels for you?
To the anti-black content that he's currently pushing and keeps getting called out for by white supremacists at that. Imagine Remy from Higher Learning agreeing with black folk about Myron grifting. It is crazy. And it's not a stretch to say he is absolutely desperate for white approval.
You know, I've noticed with black dudes, they don't like doing that shit. White guys, we're all like, yeah, I said we. Yeah,
He's white, Dustin. He's white.
Stop it. Get some help.
I mean, look at his tweets. You know you're in a good neighborhood when you're more likely to run over a deer than a black person. Rural West Virginia. Shut up. And DJ Academics once again called Myron out on the grift.
This guy doesn't like Myron because Myron's black or he's just not white, but he's asking Myron for advice. The only advice you could give to a self-proclaimed racist and white nationalist is that, yo, I'm gonna leave your country. Like, whatever Myron's saying to this nigga is just like, makes no sense. The dude is better off if Myron leaves. Like, if Myron said, all right, you know, I'm packing my bags, I'm out of here, the dude's be like, all right, thank you. I've done my job for the day. Like, there's nothing, I don't even know how they're agreeing on shit. You know what I mean? Like, this guy's whole purpose is to not have you here. Like, I don't even know how they're agreeing. There's no advice to give, bro. There's like no advice to give. You know, I think Myron does a good job, or not good job, but like he separates himself from black folks he feels like that acts bad. However, when you...
No, he completely separates himself from anybody black. He doesn't make a distinction on good black people versus bad black people. He generalizes just like white supremacists do, white media does, that all black people are this, which is what makes Myron trash, because there's no objectivity to anything he actually says about black people.
Be the real racist. It don't matter if you're well-spoken. Don't matter if you got great ideas. It don't matter if you whatever. They don't want you. That's just, you gotta be like, you know what? I respect it, and I'm gonna leave.
At the end of the day, it's always a good time to see Myron get embarrassed for the people that he trips over himself to impress and try to be accepted by. He will never get the acceptance he seeks because he seeks acceptance from people who built their whole ideology off hating people that look like him. So all of his tap dancing, all of his anti-blackness and hatred against black people will never amount to anything other than him being a useful idiot and used by white supremacists to push their agenda, which also doesn't include him. Kind of like Candace Owens.
Do you feel like you were kind of used as a tool earlier in your career?
Absolutely. I know, not feel. It's a fact.
Because when you're critical of, let's say, the black community, oh, they love it, right? That's when you get a platform and you get all the plaudits and speaking engagements, but once you speak out against what's happening in Gaza, you're not that useful tool anymore.
You don't get to rob and steal Palestinian homes.
Exactly.
And suddenly it was, you're an anti-Semite. You deserve to have nothing. You shouldn't even be allowed to travel to Australia because you are akin to Adolf Hitler.
That's
the same people that gave me the platform.
We just live in a crazy time when people like Myron continue to have a platform and a voice. But shout out to my channel members. Thanks for supporting and thank you for watching. Y'all let me know what you think about all this in the comments. Also, make sure you check out the next video. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram for behind the scenes and life stuff. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.